Then came the issue of inflating parts and labor costs. We were given a price list for parts that was astonishingly high, often 3 to 5 times the market rate. A small, generic part that cost us $5 to buy would be billed to the customer for $25. And labor hours were always rounded up, or even padded with time spent driving or on consultation. Customers, lacking the technical knowledge, had no way to dispute these charges. They simply had to trust us, the experts. The most egregious deception involved creating problems. This was the truly sinister part. Sometimes, we'd arrive at a home for a minor issue, a clogged drain, a loose electrical outlet. While the customer was distracted, some technicians would subtly sabotage a working component elsewhere or exacerbate the existing problem to ensure a more expensive repair. For example, a loose wire might be deliberately detached, or a small crack in a pipe might be widened. I once witnessed a senior technician, Mr. Ba, discreetly loosen a connection in a customer's water heater while pretending to inspect it for a leaky faucet. Later, he discovered a major heating element failure and charged the unsuspecting homeowner a fortune for a replacement that wasn't actually needed. The old heater was working fine. The thought of actively damaging someone's property, then charging them to fix it, made my stomach churn. It was a silent, insidious act of theft happening right inside people's homes. The chilling realization dawned on me. We weren't QuickFix Solutions, we were quick profit schemers. The clean uniforms, the branded vans, the reassuring promises, they were all part of an elaborate charade. Every time I walked into a customer's home, saw their trusting faces, and knew the depths of deception my colleagues were capable of, I felt a cold knot in my stomach. The hidden fix wasn't just about overcharging. It was about building a business on engineered problems and systematic deceit, leaving behind unsuspecting victims and devices designed to fail again. The deliberate sabotage was chilling enough, but the depths of QuickFix Solutions' deception went even further. Mr. Fong, our regional manager, wasn't just encouraging fraud. He was orchestrating a system that maximized it, preying on the most desperate and least knowledgeable customers. I noticed that some of our fixes were actually designed to fail. For instance, if a customer called about a refrigerator that wasn't cooling properly, a technician might replace a seemingly faulty part with another, subtly inferior one. Or just loosen a connection that would inevitably come undone. The customer would pay for the repair, and the fridge would work for a few weeks, sometimes a few months, before the exact same problem reappeared. This guaranteed a callback, another service visit, another bill, often for the new problem that was just the old one resurfacing. It was a vicious cycle, trapping customers in a continuous loop of repairs and expenses. This systematic, engineered obsolescence was far more insidious than simple overcharging. Then there was the psychological manipulation. Our technicians were trained to exploit customer fear and ignorance. If a pipe was leaking, they'd use complex jargon and technical terms to confuse customers, making them feel helpless and reliant on our expertise. The goal was to instill panic, pushing customers to agree to expensive, unnecessary repairs without question. I remember an elderly woman calling us about a minor electrical short in her kitchen. Mr. Vin, a veteran technician known for his ruthlessness, went to her house. He spent 2 hours there. When he came back, he boasted about replacing half the house's wiring and installing a new, advanced circuit breaker system, costing her thousands. He showed me pictures of seemingly damaged wires and charred outlets on his phone, which I later realized were generic photos he used for all his major overhauls. The woman, living alone and terrified of fire, had signed off on everything. She had no idea she'd been meticulously fleeced. It was a complete fabrication, a theater of fear. The most disturbing practice involved emergency surcharges and targeting vulnerable populations. If a customer called late at night, or on a holiday, or if they seemed elderly or frail, they were automatically flagged for higher pricing. A simple blockage that would cost $50 during regular hours could suddenly become $300 after midnight, with an added emergency service fee. These were the moments when people were most desperate, and QuickFix Solutions saw it as an opportunity to maximize their exploitation. We had a special code for these calls, VIP, which ironically stood for Very Important Profit. The constant pressure to lie, to engineer failures, to exploit the fear and trust of ordinary people began to chip away at my soul. My sleep became restless, haunted by the images of elderly customers signing away their savings, of appliances deliberately sabotaged, of homes that were supposedly fixed, but now just waiting for the next breakdown. I started to see the clean uniforms and branded vans as symbols of betrayal. QuickFix Solutions wasn't just solving problems, it was creating them, meticulously, for endless profit, leaving behind a trail of frustration, financial ruin, and devices programmed for continuous failure. I knew I couldn't continue. The thought of walking into another unsuspecting home, knowing the fraud I was about to commit or witness, became unbearable. The weight of my silent complicity became an unbearable burden. Every call, every customer's trusting smile, felt like a complicit nod to the fraud I was witnessing. The image of the elderly woman, alone and terrified, agreeing to pay thousands for a non-existent electrical repair, haunted my waking hours. Mr. Fong's chilling words about very important profit echoed in my mind, turning every appliance into a potential victim, every homeowner into a target. I knew I couldn't continue to be part of this predatory system. The price of my conscience was far too high. The final breaking point arrived with a late-night service call. It was a young family, their baby crying inconsolably because their air conditioner had completely broken down in the sweltering heat. The husband, a struggling factory worker, explained they had already paid QuickFix Solutions twice for the same problem in the past month. As I examined the unit, I saw the telltale signs of a deliberately loosened connection. A classic engineered obsolescence trick. This wasn't just a breakdown, it was a scheduled failure, designed to squeeze more money from a family clearly at their limit. I looked at the father's exhausted face, the mother cradling their crying baby, and the simmering anger inside me finally boiled over. That night, I didn't perform the standard quick-fix procedure. Instead, I quietly, genuinely, fixed the root cause of the problem. I made sure the connection was secure, that the unit was truly working perfectly. I knew I was betraying Mr. Fong's rules, but I couldn't betray my own humanity. When I handed the husband the bill, I charged only for the essential parts at their true cost and a minimal labor fee. He looked at the surprisingly low number, then at me, with a mixture of confusion and profound relief. His genuine thank you felt heavier and more rewarding than any commission I had ever earned from a scam. The next morning, I walked straight into Mr. Fong's office. He was on the phone, his usual smooth persona in full swing. "Mr. Fong," I stated, my voice steady, "I'm resigning. Effective immediately." He slowly hung up, his eyes narrowing into cold slits. "Resigning, Min? Are you serious? You're doing so well here, and you've seen how we operate. You think you can just walk away from all our trade secrets? You try to expose anything, and I'll make sure you never work a day in this city again. We have connections in every repair shop, every supplier. You'll be a ghost." He leaned back, a sneer twisting his lips. And remember, people get very angry when their private business is interfered with. His threats were chilling, but they felt insignificant compared to the clear conscience I now felt. "I don't care," I said, meeting his gaze. "I can't be part of this anymore. Not one more minute." I walked out, leaving behind the branded uniform, the toolbox filled with tools of deception, and the pervasive smell of cynicism. I didn't look back. I left my company ID on the reception desk, shedding the last vestiges of QuickFix Solutions. It's been a year since I left. I now run my own small, honest repair service. I charge fair prices, I only fix what's broken, and I always explain everything to the customer. The money isn't as much, but the sleep is sound, and the gratitude in my customers' eyes is priceless. Yet, the shadows of QuickFix Solutions still linger. Every time I hear a story of an absurd repair bill, every time I see a broken appliance that was supposedly fixed just weeks ago, a cold dread washes over me. The faces of the customers who were exploited, the homes left vulnerable, the trust systematically shattered, they are the true ghosts of the hidden fix. Haunting reminders of the dark underbelly where essential services become a weapon of fraud, and your desperate need becomes their endless profit. My experience in the home repair service industry revealed a terrifying truth. The solution to your everyday problems can be meticulously designed to become your biggest financial drain. And scrupulous technicians and companies prey on your lack of technical knowledge and your urgent need, turning simple fixes into elaborate scams. So, how can you protect yourself from the hidden fix? Always remember to get multiple quotes from different companies, not just one. Be present and observant when technicians are working in your home. Don't leave them unattended, especially if they're looking at other appliances. Ask detailed questions about the diagnosis and the necessity of each part and service. Demand clear explanations in layman's terms. Request to see the broken part that was replaced, and don't let them take it away unless absolutely necessary. Research common issues for your appliances beforehand so you have a basic understanding. Be wary of technicians who push for immediate, expensive overhauls without clear, verifiable reasons, or who try to instill fear. Most importantly, if something feels off, if the price seems exorbitant, or if they're rushing you to make a decision, trust your instincts and seek a second opinion. Your hard-earned money and the safety of your home are too important to risk. If Min's story made you look at your next home repair a little differently, remember to like this video. Share this crucial warning with everyone you know, and subscribe to our channel. Hit that notification bell so you never miss another stark revelation. We'll continue to expose the hidden dangers in every profession. Stay vigilant, stay safe, and remember, not every fix is meant to truly solve your problem.